so somebody could watch my kids. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and it's not. I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now because it's just nighttime. I have left my kids at home. My son was only 3 years old, and my daughter, Sky Blue, was about maybe 7 months. And I left my kids at home just so I can go work at Red Lobster and wait the tables because I didn't have no babysitter. This was when I didn't have Sada Baby around. I left my kids at home for about 8 hours. No, it's not all. It's my kids could have been dead. My kids could have been gone. Somebody could have broken my house. Somebody could have did something. Somebody could have kidnapped my kids. I could have went to jail. But that was the only option I literally felt like I had. So it's not like, oh, I know what I did. I think back on that all the time, bro. But I didn't have no family around. I didn't have nobody helping me. I left my kids at home by myself for 8 hours where I went to Red Lobster to waitress tables. And I thought about my kids every minute. Like, what are they doing? Like, is the lights on? I already turned the lights off. And I got back home that night and all the lights was off. I pulled up to the house and fucking Uber. I don't even think it was Uber around then. It wasn't even Uber. This was back in like 2015. I don't even think it was Uber around. My dad had just died. I think I pulled him like a yellow cab or something. But it wasn't what I wanted to do. Who would want their kids to see? I don't know. Sometimes I don't think y'all understand the options that we have. And sometimes when we have different options, we have to take our options. Because I could have been homeless. And I was homeless for a point in time. It was so many times where I was homeless and I didn't have nobody help me out. And I remember sleeping in the car with my kids. It was just me, Sky Blue, and Steven. And I remember we only had 1 pack of noodles. I had no electricity. The neighbor I owned the house. The ceiling caved in. We were sleeping in my car. We didn't have no power on because we were still in power. They cut all the power lines. So we didn't have no power to our house. Even though we owned it, we had to pay thousands to get back on. So the lady next door let me warm the noodles up in her car. And when I say it was her car, it was because she let me get my car in her name. So I went and got a car for rent to own in her name, and I was the co-signer. And she let me come next to her door, warm the noodles up, and Sky Blue and Steven was in the back of the car. We was in the back of the car eating our noodles and shit. Well, I didn't eat that night, but my kids had ate. And I don't know. Sometimes shit like that may make you proud. Like, damn, I don't got shit, but I made shit happen. Like, my kids had that shit, but I don't think my kids remember that. Because my son was only like 2.5. He was still in kindergarten. And my daughter was, my son was maybe 3. And my daughter was only a couple months. So I don't think that they remember that. And if they do remember that, it's just something that they're going to have to go through. I went through a lot of shit in my life. I remember my mom calling me a bitch. I remember sneaking boys in my house and, acting out. And acting like I was a hoe and actually doing hoe shit. But my mom didn't teach me that. And when she actually caught me, she was speaking on me down. And I feel like she was like speaking down on me. But I had to grow up and understand. That's just what the Black community is. Like, no parent ever wants you to be under them. If you ever a parent, you don't want your kids to be less than you. It's always got to be something above. Or even as a parent, I think every parent always try to come out a curse. You always understood that something is a curse. whether you arguing in your family or doing something, it's a curse. And I feel like a lot of people is in the Black community realize that, and we try to get out of that. And I try my hardest to get out of that, and I want my fans to get out of that. Like, as far as speaking down on anybody that's not doing better than us, just, I guess, speak positive, even though we know they doing bad. Speak positive into them and let them know what they're doing wrong. Because a lot of like different communities, like Mexicans and different communities, just sticking together, and they like live together until they get themselves stable. But like, I feel like the Black community is the only one that don't get themselves stable. So I do want to get myself together in a lot of ways. It's not just, oh, I'm a woman, oh, I'm a mother, oh, I'm a Black person. It's a lot of stuff. But as far as y'all working together and feeling like it's the whole community, if y'all wanted to be the whole community, we can make it be the whole community. It's not nothing we can't stop. Think about how many communities is doing shit together. It only takes one person. That's all it takes. It only took one Martin Luther King. It only took one Malcolm X to get us to thinking how we think. We wouldn't think the way that we think. A lot of Black people, a lot of white people, a lot of different people, different Asian people think the way that us Black people think, and we know that what we can get, and we know that's what's possible. But when we can get everybody thinking on our brain level, you know how you think probably like, damn, I done figured this out. You're not the only one that figured it out. Once you start literally Googling this shit, like, oh, I figured this out, you're going to understand how many people really figured it out before you. Like, damn, why is this not a thing? It's not a thing because guess what? If it was a thing, everybody would be successful. So once you start being positive and just looking at the better things of life, there's no way you can't be positive. That's the only way I can explain it. Like, life is just like good. That's why I came up with this song, Life is Good. Like, every song I think about doing positive, like, shit, life is good. Like, you don't have to do nothing but think about what you want and make it happen. There's nothing that you can't make happen. If you want to kill somebody, you can kill them right now. I'm not being funny, but you can kill them. You have the opportunity to do what you want to do. If you could take somebody's life away from them and they can't live life no more, do you think that you can give yourself all the life that you want? Like, if you could take somebody's whole life away from him and put them under the ground, you don't think that you can bring yourself all the happiness and everything that you want? By taking somebody's life away is powerful. They don't see their kids. They don't see their grandkids. They don't see nothing. But if you working on yourself, do you not think that you can get the same happiness that you get from taking somebody's life? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying that everybody want to take somebody's life, but life is so much greater than what you think it is. You got everything you want. You can be so much happier than what you is. Because I think a lot of people have never like manifested shit. I don't think a lot of people have. If you feel like you manifested shit, press 1. If you don't, push 2. Miss Suge, let me know what you thought. If you feel like you ever manifested something that came true as soon as you said it, a day, 2 days, press 1. Not press 2. Anything in your life. I don't care if you feel like it was God or anything. Anybody got 2s to put? The liquid. Tea nasty. So, fat. So, all the people that put twos, have you ever really believed in yourself? Do people talk down on you? Are you standing around those people that's talking down on you? Are you believing in yourself? I don't care if it's your mama. Guess what I had to do? I had to get the fuck away from my mother. I had to get the fuck away from my father. My father gave me a free place to stay. I could have stayed there until I was 100 years old. But I decided to go to Job Corps and get my shit together for myself. So are you working for yourself? Not listening to nobody else. Fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, fuck their expectations. I got so many songs about that shit. Fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, fuck their expectations. This is your life. This is what you need to live. And what you need to live is your life and what's in your brain. And you know what's right. So you have to show what's right for the people that you are putting into this life. Do you want them to follow you? Do you want them to follow your mother? Do you want them to be in your fucking hands? Do you want them to be in your mama's hands? Like, because we could do everything that our parents was doing. We could do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to cook. My kids, I'm going to teach them how to cook. What I know. I'm going to have my little recipe books. I'm gonna come up with some shit so I can pass it down to them. Like, I'm so happy. I can't wait till I do that shit. Like, I want that shit. And a lot of people don't feel like I want it, but that's what I've been working on. I have never, like, stopped working on my kids. Regardless of what y'all feel like I'm doing, I'm not just doing it for myself. I don't want nothing for myself. What could I possibly want? What do y'all want? Anybody that's by themselves, what do you want? You know, you don't want nothing. You by yourself. All you could possibly want is just a better life and somebody to love you. And if you don't have that, you probably want to hurt yourself. You probably have had times where you want to hurt yourself. I've had times where I wanted to hurt myself. But I wasn't thinking about the people that's around me and that care about me. But I have had times where I wanted to hurt myself. So I'm not going like, it's not nothing that's not normal. Everybody feel rejected or I guess rejected or, you know what I'm saying? So I just want everybody to know, like we all have our fucking problems. We all have our shit. We all have our shit. Nobody's different. We all try to seem different and everything, but we all was created the same way. We all got the same DNA cells. It's not the same DNA, but it was all created in the same way. We all work the same way. We need people around us. We need energy. We need people. As much as we don't think we need people and we're going to do it on our own. Sometimes I want to do stuff on my own. But sometimes we just need each other to build us up and to get us to doing what we are supposed to do. No, I know a lot of times I get on here and say I don't need nobody.